Terracana by Arcane Element, Chapter 11, Relaxing. We like the full treatment, Celestia says. Very well, your majesties. Please follow us to the changing rooms, the pink one tells us. I lean down to Twilight. Who are they? I ask her. Oh, the pink male is Aloe, and the blue male is Lotus. They're sisters that both run the spa together, she tells me. Please pick a locker and place any belongings inside and take the key band once you're done, Lois tells us. I was about to follow them inside, but Aloe pulls at my arm. The styling changing room is over there, sir. She tells me and points to the right. Oh, thank you, I reply and enter. There's plenty of lockers, and I pick the one closest to the door. I strip down and place my clothes and equipment inside and take the towel and shorts that are hanging off the locker door. I put the key band on my right wrist and put on the shorts and wrap the large towel around my waist. I step out of the changing room and of course a gas greets me. I see the others in rows matching their fur color, their robes hugging their bodies tightly, leaving nothing to the imagination. But what they're staring at is a large scar going from my right shoulder down to my left hip. I look down at it and don't see what the big deal is. Adrian, how did thou get such a scar? Luna asks. Rarely has a hand over her mouth while Twilight and the Spa Sisters all look shocked, although Celestia looks sad as she already knows how I got it. 4 months ago I was knocked out and captured by bandits during my travels. They woke me up by slashing me with a sword for their amusement, I replied, and they gasped in horror. Success to say, I was not happy. I broke free of the poor rope they used to bind me and killed 4 of them with my magic. I healed the wound as best as I could, but it was too deep, so it's left this scar, I tell him. Luna walks towards me and trails the scar downwards with her left hand. I smile and hold her hand midway. I'm fine, Luna. Didn't we come here to relax? I asked. Her cheeks turned a dark red, and she pulled her hand back. Yes, we did, she replies and steps back to Celestia. So what are we doing first? I ask. You'll be in the sauna while we'll get the tables ready, Aloe replies. We'll take it to a room with hot coals and a bucket of water with a ladle in the center and a long bench that encircles it. I sit down on the right side while the others walk in without their robes and each are wearing a bikini. I had to look away just to stop staring at them. Twilight and Rarity sit on the left, Luna sits in the middle, and Luna sits beside me. I lean my head back against the wall and close my eyes as Twilight levitates the ladle of water onto the coals, making steam fill the room. 5 minutes pass and I feel something lean against me, and I open my eyes to see Luna resting her head on my right shoulder. I see Rarity and Twilight staring at us at wide eyes while Celestia is just smiling at us. I'm just sitting here with a blush on my face. Another 5 minutes, the door opens. Their tables are ready now, Lois informs us. Twilight and Rarity leave first while Celestia follows behind them. I shake Luna and let her know it's time to get out. We leave the room with 5 tables all set up. The others all pick a table, and I get on the last one. The princesses get their massages first, then Twilight and Rarity. Then both Lois and Aloe and Lois massage me while starting with my shoulders. I sigh as they work out all the tension and turn my muscles into jelly. They finish and I feel like a new man. The next thing is the girls getting facials of some green group with cucumber slices over their eyes. I declined having put on me and went to lay back on a lawn chair nearby. For 10 minutes or so they chatted among themselves. Pretty sure I heard my name mentioned a few times. Aloe then takes us to some mud baths built into the floor. The other girls sink into one and I hesitate. After some encouragement from the others, I sink into one as well. It actually feels pretty good. It's warm and has a pleasant fragrance. Twilight then asked me about the magic of the other races from my world. The kitchen people are masters of illusion magic. They create copies of themselves or others and control the copy like a puppet. They also can make you see things that are not really there. They prefer to be left to their own way of life. Some do travel to other cities, but that's probably like 8% of the population in total, I tell her. The elves are more in tune with nature than the other races. Kind of like the Shivine here. They can communicate with nature and mainly live in forested areas. Although they can use magic, most of them prefer using bows over staffs and swords. The Arcanians or merfolk, top half human, bottom half fish. They can breathe underwater and control water like it was a part of them. They also can walk on land by creating paralegs out of water, although it lasts only for a few hours. They also can communicate with sea creatures. I finished telling them. Amazing. Can you give us a detailed explanation on how human magic fundamentally works? You told me what the effects are and how they are cast, but I would like to know how you can form the spells. See, tells me. Luna looks interested as well, but Celestia already knows from my memories, I think. Well, there's a full flow of mana within our bodies, kind of like how blood flows through your veins. We can channel it through our hands and concentrate it there. We can also enhance the potency of mana through items like staffs, staves, spell books, weapons, foci, and wands, although they're not required, I explained. To change the mana into a specific type of element requires concentration and focus. If you miss it during the conversion, it could backlash and hurt the caster depending on the element they failed to form. For instance, I was practicing the air element all last week and at first failed to form it correctly, resulting in the element stabilizing and turning my hand with short blades of air, I tell them. I take it you just healed with your life element? Twilight asks. Yeah, that's why mages learn the life element first, so they can heal the wounds that they get from learning the other elements. I remember failing at the steel element for the first time I tried to cast it. I encased both my hands in shields and couldn't pick up anything for 10 minutes. I tell them with a chuckle. They also giggle or laugh at that. Where was I? Muttered. Alright. Once you have converted the mana into sequence of elements you want, you then fuse them together and release the stored mana. Depending on the element and how you want to release the spell, that's what it will do. An arcane space spell will be a beam. If you direct the mana forwards, it will become a nova if you release it all around you, and will fall back into you should you self-cast it. But self-casting an arcane spell is just asking to be hurt. The arcane element has also been known as the death element, as it can heal the undead. I tell him. Wait, so does that mean Gregor was a master of the Arcane Element? Luna asked. I will guess so. If he's was raised in the dead, would have used it to heal and empower his forces. But the undead can be killed quickly with the life element, as it will purify the arcane energies within them. I reply. So will you fight? So you will be able to fight an undead head on and win? Twilight asked. I have never fought an undead before, but I guess so. All I have to do is use the life element against them. If I combine the life element with cold element, not only I'll be damaging them, but also slow them down to a crawl, I reply. We really could have used thy help when we first faced Gorge. Then maybe we would not suffer so many losses, Luna says sadly. I'm not sure how to respond to that. You mentioned a spell type called storms for. Do they do exactly as it sounds? Twilight asked. Yes, storms are basically elemental walls that hurt or knock back anyone who walks through them. You channel a sealed element first, followed by a fire, water, cold, lightning, ice, or steam element, and cast it in front of you, creating a wall of whatever element you use. A firestorm will set anything ablaze that walks through it, while a cold will slowly freeze them. The water storm is the weakest, as it only will push anyone that walks through it back out and soaks them. But a lightning-based spell through it will deal heavy damage to whoever in it or wet near it, I tell her. Amazing. Is there a reason why all your spells are more combat-based? She asks. On Terra, there are creatures out there that can be 20 times our size and strength, so I guess we evolved to be able to fight all such creatures ourselves without having to grow as big or as strong as them, I reply. I see. Thank you for explaining it to me, Adrian, she tells me. You're welcome, I reply, and I went back to just relaxing. The others chat among themselves, mainly Twilight and Celestia, what I just told them about. Lois returns and asks us, Lois returns and asks us to follow her to the shower so we can rinse off the mud and head to the next part. We all step into a room just across the mud baths, I guess to minimize tracking mud everywhere. And each step into the shadow cubicle, I wash off the mud, and I was surprised how smooth my skin feels. I step out and dry myself off, and the others also step out, still wearing their bikinis. Luna leans back and stretches, making her chest stand out. I look away with a blush on my face. We'll head back into the main room and into a corner where some lounging chairs are set up, and Celestia, Twilight, and Rarity sit down and get their fingers, hooves, and horns polished and filed. I decide to step into the hot tub next to them, slowly sink into the warm, bubbling water. I sigh just go limp. A few seconds later, Luna joins me and sits beside me. Art thou enjoying thyself? She asked. To be honest, I was hesitant about this, but it's rather relaxing and fun, I reply. She giggles and leans against me again. We are glad to hear it. Most stallions will run away at the mention of going to a spa, she tells me. I try to fight my blush returning. How so? This doesn't seem that bad to me, I say. Most think it's more a male thing, and they'll lose their uh, their sturdiness. Just standing here, she says. I still feel manly as the moment I arrived, I boast. She giggles and looks up at me, and I look back at her, her eyes reflecting the light of the water, making her eyes look like stars in the night sky. She slowly leans forward, and I find myself doing the same. Our lips are about to touch, but a loud roar from outside snaps us out of it. What was that? Rarity shouts after her little jump. I quickly get out of the tub and look out the window. A manticore is running through the town, soaring inside guards trying to fight it off. It looks familiar. Missing tip of its tail and have a large scar across the left side of its face. It also has 4 patches of fur missing. Wait a minute. It's the same manticore that attacked me when I first arrived. I frown and head back to the locker room to retrieve my gear. I dry off and equip my armor weapons. Adrian, what are you doing? Twilight asks. That's the same manticore that attacked me when I first arrived. I thought I killed it before. I guess I wasn't thorough enough, I reply. So what are you going to do about it? The guards can handle it, she tells me. A scream from the outside gets our attention. A blooded yellow woman with wings and light pink hair in a long pink skirt and green sweater is running away from the beast who's giving chase. I quickly run past the girls and run outside, draw my sword and channel a earth element into my sword and swing it down between them. A straight wall of rock rises between them and the manticore charges headfirst into it. The wall shatters, but the manticore also falls to the ground with it. It roars and shakes off the rubble on it. I look to the left and see the 3 guards on the ground, one missing his left arm, the second missing half of her right wing and a large gash on her stomach. The third, unfortunately, is missing half his head. I quickly channel an earth element and 2 life elements through my staff and fire the life-infused rock between them, which explodes in the mist of green energy, closing the wounds at least. I turn back in time to see the manticore charging at me with a expression of utmost rage, and I quickly channel lightning arcane and lightning element in that order and cast a spell. I also feel myself pulled forward and vanished for a split second and reappear behind the manticore, slight dizzy. I'm so glad I decided to learn the teleport spell 3 days ago. Still makes my head feel like I was running around in circles for hours though. I shake my head and see the manticore still looking around for me. I channel 3 arcane elements and fire the black and red beam at the beast. It turns around and raises its left paw and blocks the beam. I hear anyone watching gas as the beast roars out in agony. Its legs start to bloat and expand, finally exploding in a shower of blood, bone, and muscle. It falls to the dirt, writhing pain. I channel 2 water elements and soak it. I then channel 3 cold elements and blast it with a spray of ice. It slows down and struggles as I encase it in thick layer of solid ice. Finally, I channel 3 earth elements and launch a large rock twice the size of my head through the frozen manticore. It shatters into hundreds of pieces and the rock rolls on top of the middle of the road. I pant heavily, exhausted from casting so many spells one after another. I fall down to my knees and drop my sword. Adrian! Luna and the others call out and rush over to me. I smile down and look over towards the forest. I squint my eyes. I see someone in the shadows looking at me. I blink once and they're gone. I then blink a few more times. Maybe I have seen things. I yawn and go limp. I think I'll just take a quick nap.